women. We have a lot of needy women in the world. So I have a question here. The women want to know, how do you guys feel when a woman appears to be too needy? Like maybe she needs to be with you, or she needs your attention at all times. How do you feel? Let's talk about it.
That goes back to a response I had last week, actually, when I said you make someone a part of your world, not your whole world. And and let me clarify that. What that means is you have other outside interests. You have other things going on in your life to where you don't have to be up under that person 24/7, because people need space and time, especially men. We need it. We enjoy it, that time apart. And then you come back together and then you have something to talk about. It goes back to the intellect thing again. Now you've gone out in the world, you've done things with your friends, you've worked, you've traveled, you've done these things, and now you're coming back and we're talking about it. And yes, definitely.
I'm so glad, Lee, that you just brought that question back up, because I got a lot of feedback from the women. They was like, okay, Lee was touching on being a woman being your whole world, and they said that we kind of glossed over that. So they did want you to go into in depth about that, like the woman being your whole world. I'm not saying that maybe they have to be your whole world, but women like to be a part of everything in a man's life. Is that not okay? It's just not okay.
That can be done.
It can be done, but is it okay? Will it stress you to the point you're like, oh, this is too taxing on me? It's too demanding?
It's not taxing or demanding. It's just like I said before, space. You need that space. You need that space.
Healthy space.
Healthy space. Healthy space. I'm going out with the guys, you go out with the girls. I'm going to play golf, you're going bowling. Things like that. And then you come back together. And when I say she's not your whole world, you are a priority in my world. You are my world, but you're not my entire world. If that makes sense.
Beautifully said. Said.
Yeah. So that's. Yeah, definitely.
And I do think that's important, but we're going to talk about more of that when the ladies actually come on the show, because women, we tend to think, I'm speaking for the women that I know and myself, we tend to think that sometimes when guys want that healthy space, it's kind of like, maybe are they rejecting me, or do they just not want to be around me, when really it's not that. It's just that you guys need that time to be with the male, do some male bonding, or be with yourself even.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to burn out a relationship when they first start. You gotta give it some space. Have some space.
Okay, great. So we know that, ladies. We don't want to be needy. We want to give them their healthy space.
Yes.
So the women asked again, would you guys be willing to relocate for love? Not the woman relocating to you, but, and I know you're already married, Lee, but if you weren't married, would you have actually relocated to be with your wife? How do you guys feel about you moving, not the woman moving to you?
I can't, like you said, I'm married. I can't really speak on it because when I met my wife, we actually were going to move. She was going to move with me, but I guess if you truly love somebody, and that is your one, then you'll do anything for them.
Yeah, including
moving. Yeah.
Would you relocate to be with Richard? Would you relocate to be with your woman?
I think I would if I fell in love with somebody. I was supposed to go to San Antonio before, but I got cold feet and stuff like that, so I kind of touched on it then. But now, once you get a certain age, you become established, and it becomes just hard to move. So if I'm able to move, then I'll definitely go somewhere else, because somewhere else will be better. New environments are usually a change of scenery is usually better.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind moving, but if I'm established and I got my roots somewhere, it'll be just hard for either party to move a lot of times.
I know a lot of women who actually, want a man to relocate to them because they don't want to leave family. The women kind of get, and sometimes, as you said, it is unrealistic to think that the man could move, especially if you're established. You guys have businesses. You run your own business.
Right.
You couldn't just up and go somewhere else.
And another thing, just when you talk about the women being all over us, if they're around their family, that actually helps with relationships to where they're not up under me all the time. They're with their family. So when I need a break, they got somebody to hang with, talk to. If you don't have no friends, they can go see their family. And sometimes I think that's actually better. I wouldn't want to bring a woman here and say, hey, you come with me, because they should be around me all the time. And she got to start over.
But that could be a double-edged sword, because you know, you can want her to be around the family so that the family can take her away sometimes so you can have that space. But what happens when the family tends to be in your life, in your business? Too much family. How do you guys feel about that? Now, that's my question to you guys. How do you guys feel about too much family?
Yes, there is such a thing as too much family. You know,
Yeah.
And sometimes your family can be the worst. You know, it can be worse than friends. You know, outside influence and things like that. There is such a thing as too much family. Too much family. You know, it has to be. It's me and you. Yeah. Anything outside these four walls of our house, or our apartment, or wherever we're living, that's the rest of the world. But in here, it's just me and you. Me and you against everybody, against the world, which includes your family. You know, so if they're saying something, or if they're signifying something that isn't right or whatever, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't bring that into our house and make.
But families can add positivity. They can add that positivity to a relationship.
And then there's some families that are great.
But being the man of the house, you would tell the woman, hey, that needs to stay out there.
Yes.
Period. So that person can't come here no more. You might have to do that. I don't care who it is. If it's an issue, they need to stay home.
Okay, I don't know how some women would. We're going to get the women's take on that on their segment. Because I don't know.
If it came down to it, if I'm the man of the house and the person bringing negativity to the house, when you put your foot down, that's just what it is.
Yes.
And then if they don't like it, you can probably even let it happen a couple more times, whatever the person's doing. But then you tell them, well, so are we going to live like this?
Yes.
You know, so I might not want to live like that. And then that will cause separation where, hey, I'm going my way, but you can keep it.
Well, we ain't trying to separate. We're trying to find out what you guys can do to get these women to be connected, to find that true love, to find their Boaz. That's what these women want to know.
Right.
Okay, guys, temperament. The temperament of a woman. Does it matter? Like, say if she's quick to fly off at the handle, quick to get mad, her temperament. Is that something that's important to you guys? Lee, he's like itching to answer this question. The temperament of a woman.
Okay, if you love somebody, you'll put up with a whole lot.
Yes.
You know, you'll put up with a whole lot. Yeah. My wife, I love her to death. Yes, she used to be like that. Now,
watch what you say. She's coming on the show.
I know she's coming on
the show.
She won't tell you, but I mean, over time, you learn to get through these things and work through these things like that. And like I said, if you truly care about somebody, but starting out the gate, if it's like that, you know, put on a show for a little while, then go crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that how women are, how we are, you know, naturally built. I think sometimes guys can take, because we speak two different languages. Men speak one language, women speak another language, and sometimes it can be misinterpreted as we have a bad temperament when we really don't. We're just really speaking a different language than you guys are speaking. So, let me see. So 5 and 10 year plans, is it important? You know, you want your goals. You want to make sure that you're, going the same path. How do you guys feel?
Let you go, Richard.
Go ahead with Richard. 5 to 10 year goal.
Well, some people have already met their goal. I was thinking about that coming up here. Some people are already retired and stuff like that. Depending on where they are.
If you're dealing with an older man and an older woman.
Yeah. So, but being a certain age, yes, they need to have goals, or hey, I'm going to school for this, so I'm working on that. But that's definitely important, because you don't want to be stuck in one place, forever.
Yeah. And we are. I'm bringing you guys back. Like, the public loved you guys. I love having you guys here. But today, before we end this segment of Let's Talk About It, I need to know. I'm going to ask both of you guys, what would be your absolute deal breaker in a relationship where you say, we are not talking about this? This is the end. We're going to touch on that before we end. Go. Lee. Absolute deal breaker.
Absolute deal breaker. I guess if we are in a committed relationship and we've come to that terms that we are committed to each other, and somebody goes outside and does something, that's a deal breaker.
Infidelity. Absolute deal breaker. I think that's for most people. Yeah. Okay, Richard, absolute deal breaker for you. Before we wrap up, women want to know, what's your absolute deal breaker?
Just a person who continuously lies.
That's a good one too.
Just a lie.
Yeah, that's a great one. You gotta
kind of stand and say, hey, if we're gonna be together, we gotta be honest and true to each other to the best of our ability. But the lies.
Yes. Well, guys, it has been great having you guys. I needed you guys to be here. We're going to come back for a third part, but I wanted you guys here because these women out here right now, they want to know, they don't want to be single. And you guys have tuned in to Let's Talk About It with Lucretia, which is me. And it's been great having you guys. So we will talk to you guys next week. We're out.
All right.